Hello, welcome to Kapow Toys Presents. I am your host King Gromlock, and today we're going to be looking at animated Ironhide, and ooh, am I glad this guy turned up. Oh, I do love this toy. I do love this toy. Now, it's interesting, I didn't actually get my hands on the Cybertronium Ratchet, the one that this is remoulded and recoloured from, so this is my first experience with the mould, and I am pleasantly surprised. I thought it looked a bit simplistic in pictures, but you know what? That simplicity actually adds to it quite significantly in both its transformation and the overall aesthetic. Colour-wise, obviously it's Ironhide, therefore he's going to be red, but the red is, a lot of people pointed out, not really a red, but more of a reddy orange, kind of a tomato soup orange, if you will. It works very well in this. A dark toned red would not look as nice on this toy, especially when the main highlights on it are actually black. The yellow does lift it quite nicely, the little bits of detail all around it that have been painted in, and it's a typical animated aesthetic of some very fine panel lines and a very sort of a uniform colour over the entire toy. Lovely crystallised plastic in the front end as well, giving just an overall nice look. Now, it is pretty much 100% screen accurate to the original pic, what I'm trying to say, the show, the show, what the toys were based on, the character models. That's the get there in the end, won't we? We always get there in the end, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? And first thing off, I'm gonna raise a little complaint, as it were. Is that great idea to have these storage ports on the back here for the weaponry, and the weaponry is the same as the ratchet weapons. They're the power paddles, the nuclear paddles, and they've been painted in this sort of this bronzy gold, and it looks really nice, but it just doesn't seem to fit the rest of the toy. It's really weird because move that out of the way for now. All of the bits, I mean, it's not really noticeable on this rack except for around the back. The only metallic on this is actually in dark silver, and that's something I'll come to later on as well. It's another little minor gripe about the toy, but it seems weird that these are in the bronze when the rest are in the dark silver. Maybe dark silver, I don't know. And they're sort of non-essential parts anyway. It might have been nice if they'd have been done up with a little more paint decals around the back, in the thing there, and just made them have them as rear lights or something like that. I don't know. It's a Cybertronium mode. Maybe we wouldn't have rear light. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? To be honest, he's nicely tracked. The tracks are nicely picked out, detail well painted up. Of course, the tracks don't rotate because they are part of the feet, but they do come with little wheels, so you can. Quite nicely, and overall I am more than impressed with this mode. The underside is a little bit spacious. Let's just say they haven't left, well, there's not much robot kibble other than the obvious leg part, but for a Cybertronium mode it's all very tidily put together, very compact, very nicely done, and very nicely coloured as well. In all, this mode is absolutely brilliant for Cybertron Ironhide. I'm glad they didn't do a Earth Ironhide, and they actually did it on this guy, because of course he never appeared on Earth in the show because it was cancelled. So this is, is a great representation. It really lifts up the character and exudes the appearances he did have on the screen. But what, as with every animated toy, we're really here for is that all-important robot mode. And what that robot mode gives us is oodles of character. It's a perfect representation of Ironhide in the animated show. And I know that the mould was originally designed for Ratchet, but for some reason it works so well with Ironhide. Obviously they shared the same protoform in the show, so they shared the same character model, but he just seemed so much chunkier around the chest and stomach area. He just seemed really bulky and the shoulders and everything as well. This guy in pure silver, when he does his Ironhide bit, would look fantastic. I mean, just sensational, to be honest. Lucky draw, please, maybe? Who knows? Not that I'll ever be able to get one. But, of course, the only major difference is the new head sculpt. I'm not sure how well this camera will pick that out, but there we go. There is Ironhide's new head. That's what's been added to the toy to make him a different character from the Cybertronium Ratchet. Now, of course, that does mean that they left certain things into the mould. For example, the war wound that is obviously quite clearly Ratchet's. Why that was even on there in the first place I will never know. Ratchet wasn't wounded until later in the war, at which point he had, he had both crests in the toy, but that came at the same time as a crest got. Silly thing, should have come with the EMP blaster, you can do that, but, fill it in, or do something, it just doesn't look right. And also it means you do get the fisting hand, the push and push, to do the electrolysis thingies. The storage for it works just as well in a robot mode and actually serves to fill in, make it a bit more solid backpack. They do clip onto the hands. It's completely pointless for Ironhide, even though it does kind of look like knuckle dusters, which is quite nice. We'll go going round the back as we have. The kibble is obviously the entire top of the car, and it does come across as a little bit backpacky, but it just bulks up and works well with these higher shoulder areas as well to just give a more rounded largeness to his upper body. One of my gripes that I highlighted in the other part of the video is that the inside of these legs here, the silver bits, was what I was talking about. Now everywhere of these cast dark silver tones are solid plastic, and then on the legs they're painted, and it'd be really nice if that had been filled in. I know it's only a minor detail, but it does show up in the toys robot mode, so why not just go to that extra little bit of length and actually fill in the gap, as it were. It would have been nice, completely unnecessary of course, but really would have been a nice touch. Would have just added something more to it. I mean, as an overall figure, he is fantastic. As possibly the last addition to the US animated line, along with Rodimus, he is pretty much perfect in that sense. I absolutely adore him. But I'm an animated nut, and to be honest, if you're not an animated fan, I can't see this being the toy that turns you round. His transformation is fairly simplistic, though it has some really nice moments in it, and both modes are aesthetically pleasing for animated fans, but not for fans of, for example, G1 or maybe even the Classics line, the more recent one, in representation of those ideas. You put him up against his classic counterpart and he looks very stylized, exactly as animated is. So would I say go and get him? Well, yes. I mean, we've got them in stock. It'll be the underbar, as there always is. They're well worth picking up. In the UK, your import is your only way in, because Toys R Us are not going to stock these guys. If they do, I'll be eating my hat, to be honest with you, and I will do that on camera. Maybe I shouldn't say that because that might happen. I might cut that bit out of the video. So anyway, this is Kapow Toys presents with animated Ironhide, and it's King Grimlock saying goodbye for now.